Good morning, everybody. It is great to see you today and be with you for a few minutes. Um, this was actually a message I wanted to bring yesterday, but Kathy and I had to make a quick trip to Seattle and back, and so we've done that, and we're back, just enjoying a beautiful day today. I hope it is where you are as well. But all this week, we've been thinking about the crowns that God has in store for His faithful servants, and we've looked at the crown of glory and the crown of rejoicing, and we looked at the crown of righteousness. Some may add another crown, but the Bible does refer to an incorruptible crown. In my opinion, I think the adjective incorruptible really describes all the crowns in general, but some people add that as a fifth crown, and they may be right. We'll find out someday in heaven. But I think all the crowns are really incorruptible. And it wouldn't surprise me when we arrive there uh, to discover, my Lord is so good and He is so gracious that He may not limit Himself to just four crowns, and He may have others for His faithful servants that we can't even imagine. But the one I'd like to share with you today, the Bible refers to as the crown of life. In fact, this is so important, it's mentioned twice in the Bible. In James 1:12, we read, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him." Now, first of all, let's consider what this crown of life is not. We are not talking about eternal life. Eternal life is the gift of God to everyone who's trusting in the cross of Christ for salvation. And we don't earn it, and we don't work for it by our righteousness or our own faithfulness. The crowns that we're looking at and thinking about are in a separate category, and that's true for the crown of life. Now, James says that this crown is for those who love the Lord. So, how does a Christian show his love for the Lord? Well, one way he can do it is by remaining true to Him, even when it means the fire of testing and suffering is the result. In fact, that's why the epistle of James was written. It was written to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. The reason they were scattered is because they were going through a time of persecution and difficulty. This crown is a special reward for those who are going through trials for the sake of Christ. Just like an Olympic athlete goes through a time of difficulty and strain and stress. He's training. He goes through competing against other athletes before finally receiving the reward for winning. Christians who suffer with the Lord will find that when their race on earth is finished, the Lord will be waiting in heaven with this crown. And no, it's not going to be an actual wreath of leaves like an ancient Olympic athlete would receive. It's the honor that the Lord bestows that results in closer fellowship with Him. When we talk about persecution, through 2,000 years almost of church history, believers have fought with lions and they've been crucified and starved and beaten and imprisoned and burned and tortured. And that's just the beginning of this list. But fortunately, when persecution comes, they don't suffer for nothing. This crown is an encouragement to stay strong and endure the trials of life, knowing that they are temporary, but this crown waiting for you is permanent. It's also mentioned a second time in Revelation chapter 2, in verse 10, where Jesus said, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Now, in this verse, Jesus warns the Christians in Smyrna that the devil is coming to accuse and to test them, and God is going to allow the devil to do that. Some of them will be thrown into prison, and they may even lose their lives. But Jesus says if they remain faithful and true to Him, He'll bless and honor them with the crown of life when they stand before Him at that final day. And they'll be shown special honor in the life that is to come. I don't know what's going on in your life today. Maybe you are going through some difficulty, and you may even call this a trial that you're facing, and you may feel like giving up on the Lord sometimes. But let this crown be an encouragement for you to be true to Him, to be faithful to Him, even in times of difficulty in this life. And the Lord will reward you greatly with this crown when you stand before Him someday. Think about that today, my friends, and I'm going to see you again Monday, and I look forward to be back again with you then. Till then, my friends.